Okay. I will just brief in short so that you will be able to remind the things. We have allotted 1 lakh shares, but we have received application for 1,52,000 shares. So what we have done, we have rejected the applications for 2,000 shares, and rest of the shares were allotted pro rata allotment on the basis of pro rata allotment. So we have calculated the excess money that we have adjusted on allotment, and finally the amount received will be 1 lakh. Same 250,000 on first call, and it will be receiving 250,000. Final call was not made in this question. 2,000 shares made neither allotment, so that's why just 6,000. Okay, so in this manner, we were, as we have calculated this pro rata allotment calculations in the same process, in the same steps, in the same manner, we will be calculating this table for 200 shares. So first step was, first working note was that we have calculated number of shares applied. That was formula, because I want to calculate number of shares applied. So that's why I will keep in the numerator number of shares applied and number of shares allotted in the denominator. So, but only for this category, not the total amount, only for this category I will keep. So I want to calculate number of shares applied, so I will keep this number in numerator and this number 1 lakh in denominator, and it will be multiplied by 200, so that I will be getting 300 shares. Then second working note, I have to calculate how much excess I was having from these 200 shares on application. So that was rupees 300. Then how much money was due from them on allotment? Rupees 500. 200 multiplied by 2.5. And out of this 500, because I have already received rupees 200, that they have not paid to me. So that's why this 200 has been subtracted. That's why I am writing the amounts which need to be subtracted in brackets. So 1 lakh minus 200, I have received only 99,800. And because I have forfeited these shares just after the allotment, so there will be no money due from them on first call. So that's why out of the total first call due, I have subtracted their first call due money, so that I will be getting now how much money will be due on first call. I hope you are getting each and everything. I am little bit fast only because of the reason that we have done things yesterday. Information in the question that no shareholder has paid us first call money. So that's why we have assumed that the amount which was due has been received on first call. So first call entries are pending in this question that I am doing. Equity share, first call, account, debit, 2,49,500 to equity share capital account, 2,49,500. Then bank account, debit, 2,49,500 to equity share first call account, 2,49,500. Yes, please. So this way, this question is completed. We have reissued also these shares. That reissue part is also to be done. Now see the reissue part. What is it saying? The forfeited shares were reissued at the rate of rupees 9 per share for rupees 8 paid up. At the rate of rupees 9 per share, rupees 8 paid up. Now, there's some queries there. First, wait. Explain the calls amount. What is the confusion calls amount? You tell me. See, we have forfeited 200 shares. That's why, and we have forfeited them just after the allotment. Then no money will be due from them on the first call. And if no money is due, then also you will not be receiving any money from them. No money due, no money received from them. That has been subtracted from the total due and total received. That is simple. Okay. So now first you tell me how much amount per share you will receive in bank. One of the students is asking this amount. Your application and is 2.5 per share. So your called up capital till allotment is 5.5 per share. Then multiplied by number of shares forfeited. You have forfeited 200 shares. So that amount will become 1,100. Because in share capital account, you will be writing only called up capital account. Whatever you have called up. So because you are profiting just after allotment, that's why it remains. The called up capital will be 5.5 only till the time of allotment. Okay. Now see, at the rate of rupees 9 per share means that you will be receiving rupees 9 per share. You are issuing shares at the rate of rupees 9 each. But what amount we will be writing in the capital? What amount of capital will be assumed to be paid up? Only rupees 8 per share. Only rupees 8 per share. So that's why we are issuing at discount or at premium. If I am charging rupees 9, but I will assume that you have paid me rupees 8. It is premium, obviously. So now we will do reissue entry. Bank account debit, and I am reissuing all the shares. Yes, 200 shares I am reissuing. So 9 multiplied by 200, 1,800. To equity share capital account. To securities premium reserve account. So 200 multiplied by 8 because capital is assumed to be 8 paid. So that's why 8 rupees will go to capital account, not the premium. So capital will be 1600 and premium will be 1 rupee per share. So premium will be 200. Yes, clear. Reissue entry is clear. Now share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. So now we have to calculate the capital reserve. For that, we will first make the working note. This one. It will be our fifth working note. Calculation of capital reserve. These all working notes are compulsory to be given along with question. So now share forfeiture account was having balance of how much? 900. Yes. Multiplied by 200 I have reissued and 200 I have forfeited. So the proportionate amount will also be 900. And because we are reissuing at premium, so that's why there is no loss on reissue. So the capital reserve will also remain 900. Yes, clear? Okay. You can see again these working notes properly. This I have explained, this I have revised how to calculate the excess, but you can take help of the table also. But in fact, you have to give the working notes in the same manner. So your allotment money due was 500 on 200 shares. You have deducted this excess calculated in working note number 2. So your money not received was 200. And then you have calculated in last how much amount I will be receiving on allotment. This bank entry will be very crucial for allotment. That will need these all working notes in 90% of the question. After that, first of all, don't need that much calculation in most of the questions. But as and when we will proceed, we will get some other issues also. Okay, now this question. Alpha Limited invited applications for 4 lakh of its equity shares of rupees 10 each on the following terms. Application 5, allotment 3, first and final call 2. So issue is at premium or at par. Yes, because the face value is also 10 and the total is also coming 10. That's why no information is missing. Applications for 5 lakh shares were received. So we have received applications for 5 lakh shares, but how many shares we can allot? What is the maximum number of shares we can allot? However, we are receiving applications for 5 lakh. Yes, very good. So obviously, when I have issued 4 lakh shares, so I can allot only 4 lakh shares. I cannot go beyond that. So now, first I will write these totals in my table. There are 1, 2, 3 categories. So I will leave 3 lines. I will write the totals here. 5 lakh is the number of shares applied. And then I will be allotting only 4 lakh shares. I hope these points are clear. Now see the breakup. To refuse allotment to the applicants for 20,000 shares. So 20,000 shares have been allotted nil. We have not allotted them any share. To allot in full to the applicants for 80,000 shares. So 80,000 shares were allotted in full. Full allotment was made. So 80,000 applications will get 80,000 shares. To allot the balance of the available shares pro rata among the other applicants. Now balance has been told that pro rata allotment will be done, but the number is not given. Now how I will be calculating the number? This table will help me to calculate the balance numbers. So 5 lakh minus 80,000 minus 20,000. How much it will be? Five lakh total applications, and the question has given us information regarding 1 lakh applications. So the rest of the number of applications will be how much? Four lakh. Simple. And here till now I have allotted only 80,000 shares out of 4 lakh. So rest of the allotment will be how much? 3,20,000. So in this manner, the category is of pro rata allotment to the applicants of 4 lakh shares. You have allotted only 3,20,000 shares. So if I want to calculate the proportion, in what ratio I have allotted the shares to these pro rata category, can you tell me the percentage? How much percentage I have allotted to them? So you should always keep in mind the proportion, because when we will be calculating number of shares applied or allotted for the given percentage, it will help us to cross check our calculations. Okay, now what is the difference here? Difference will be 20,000 and this no difference, and then this one 80,000. So now we can take total also 1 lakh, and you can see 1 lakh is justified by this excess also. So we are doing right calculations. Now I have to decide for excess money. So first, this amount multiplied by application money. Application money is how much? 5 rupees per share. This will go to first entry. Then multiplied by 5, this amount will go to capital. Then multiplied by 5, this amount, what I will do? As I have not allotted them any share, this amount will be returned. Then no action is required there because no excess is there. Now again I have to decide for this 80,000, and I have to decide it very carefully. Now first question is, in this pro rata allotment category, how many shares I have allotted? Listen the question carefully. How many shares I have allotted? Yes, 3,20,000. So now first I will check. No, 80,000 is wrong answer. I have allotted 3,20,000 shares. That's why I was saying listen the question carefully. Now allotment money per share is rupees 3. So first I will check how much money I need from them on allotment. Remember, this step is very important. Sometimes because we are multiplying each and everything by 5, students get confused. I am checking that how much money I need from them on allotment. So all on allotment they will be paying me rupees 3. So then allotment due will be how much? 9,60,000. Now I can decide 9,60,000 I need, and I have only 80,000 excess money. Sorry, 80,000 multiplied by 5. I will multiply this by application money. So how much excess I am having? I am having 4 lakh rupees. So obviously this 4 lakh I can use on allotment. First thing. Now see this point also. To utilize excess application money in part as payment of allotment money. Yani कि you can use excess money only for allotment purpose. You cannot use this money or whatever excess you left with after allotment, that you cannot use on calls. So here we are, even shortage is there for allotment money. Even we are not receiving complete allotment money in advance. So that's why the whole amount will be transferred to allotment. This 4 lakh. Yes, please. This point is clear. This point has to be decided very carefully. Okay. So now this category will be blank for all rest of the columns. There will be no amounts in this because we have not allotted any shares. Now for this category, how much amount will be due on allotment? 80,000 multiplied by 3. So they will pay us full amount, 2,40,000, and they will pay us 5,60,000. I hope this is clear to each and everyone.